When we talk about the factor of solutions focus, it's all about maintaining a line of sight to the solution or the goal at hand and being able to progress forward, even in really challenging moments. And so it's really talking about aspects of resiliency, being able to continue progressing forward in a positive and productive way, even if you experience challenging situations. The people that have lower levels of solutions focus normally get stuck in the moment. So they normally, if something happens, are not processing the emotion and moving on. So they might be replaying moments over and over again. They might start going round in loops of, oh, I could have done this, I should have done this, I wish I would have done this. And they get really stuck there, which means they're in the problem space and not the solution space, which isn't productive, and it doesn't foster any positive emotions either. Because if something negative happens and you keep replaying it, you're just replaying the negative experience over and over again and evoking those emotions. So for example, say you're giving a presentation to a customer, and then the customer, someone in the room, one of the important decision makers, is on their phone, not really listening, and leaves the room for a minute. Someone that's got lower levels of solution focused might take that and say, what have I done wrong? I'm not presenting well. And then not only do they maybe think that and stumble in the moment, afterwards they'll keep replaying it over and over again. Oh, maybe I said that wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, right? So they're stuck in that moment, giving it much more permanence than is needed. In contrast, someone that's got higher levels of solution focus will observe that this has happened. They might feel a bit off about it, but then they'll start asking themselves things that put them in the solution space. Okay, I'm not going to worry about my assumptions. Let me find out. Maybe they will send an email that says, I noticed that you may have missed part of the meeting. I can follow up with you, and just kind of engage and find out the clarity, have clarity, right? And see what is it I can do in the moment to provide myself clarity, to learn, and then also to just move forward and see what I can do about it. So they won't be stuck replaying it, and they won't follow their assumptions, right? And get stuck in this repetitive rumination of thinking and thinking and thinking in that negative space. When you're more solutions focused, you move into a much more productive state because you're working on solutions, you're seeing ideas, and you'll feel a sense of progression even though the moment itself could have been challenging. Why that's so important to your energy and feeling fulfilled is because if you're stuck in that negative moment, you're just in a drained state. You are very negative, you don't see possibilities, you can't be creative, you can't ideate, and you also are less collaborative with others because you're in this negative moment. To be more solutions focused, because it's something you can learn to do, is just take a minute, take a pause, take a little breath, and just give yourself a space to kind of bring yourself down to being able to see something with clarity. What often happens is when something happens, we feel intense emotions and we can react from a place of that emotion. So by just taking the pause and allowing yourself to kind of follow through into that second emotion that you'll feel, which is a much more kind of rational place to be, you can then maybe start seeing the solutions more clearly and then asking yourself, okay, this has happened. What can I do now? Think about what it is you actually control. Because when you're worried about something, right, something's happened and you're worrying, there's only two things. One, you can do something about it, therefore use your energy doing something about it. Or two, you can't do anything about it because it's out of your control completely, and therefore why worry? And people that are solutions focused understand that.